you can obviously tell from my gear and my hair and how I look right now. I just got out of training, and for once, I actually did not have a good day training. Or rather, it wasn't perfect like how it normally feels like it can be. I feel like I messed up more than I like. Normally, when I make a mistake during training, I actually don't feel like I made a huge mistake. And in this one, I do feel like I've made a huge mistake, so it's actually a little bit more frustrating. I mean, it's not terrible, but it made me realize I'm not as good as this at this as I thought that I was. So on the upside, I realize now that I have room to improve. On the downside, I made enough mistakes to realize that. And anybody who knows for sure, there's people out there who don't really like coming to terms with making that many mistakes. Speaking of that, I guess that sort of goes double for school because right now I'm struggling in school and I'm having a really difficult time trying to pick up on that as well. All right, let's get some liquid energy up in here. Oh yeah, that's a good feeling. Uh, Without going too much into detail, I'm actually really frustrated with myself about school because while I'm not the smartest person, I don't consider myself to be the smartest person, or rather, I try not to think that I'm the smartest person. I do like to think that I at least do well enough in school to be able to like maintain just sort of a. The one thing I noticed about people who get their degrees and they talk about how they got all these degrees and stuff is that they never mention their GPA. So sometimes I like to. I just now came to grips with that. So I realize now that some people who got their degrees didn't exactly do that well in school. It's not like the degrees went to the people who only had all A's. You can have like a D average and still get a degree because you actually did the bare minimum. The fact is that like you did good enough to pass your classes. And I'm starting to realize that there's a possible like when I was younger, I used to be sort of pushed onto this idea that people with degrees had like a 4.0 or 4.5 or the person who gets a degree, the lowest score that they ever had was like, I don't know, like 3.7 or something. I look like hell, and I apologize, but whatever. Nobody watches these anyway. Um, yeah, but yeah, man, it's actually very, very, very frustrating. So yeah, I don't like blaming things, but in this scenario, I really just want to go ahead and just say I do not like having a job. Because I feel like it's hours taken away from things that I feel like I could. If I didn't need to, like, if I didn't need money, I wouldn't work. It's the fact that I actually need money to survive is kind of like it's a crippling mind. It's a crippling thing for me because I have to pay for school. I have to pay for food. I got to pay for water. I got to pay for the car. I got to pay for car insurance. I have to pay for the place that I'm in. I have to pay for all the utilities for the place that I'm in. I have to pay for my alternative school. I have to. I mean, it's just, and these things aren't cheap. These things are like ridiculously expensive. So I need to work in order to gain income in order to do these things. So it's like so I have to get a job as quickly as possible. I get a job at some, some place, right? And the place is like relatively lengthy in hours. And the the painful part for me when it comes to working is the lack of control that I have. My goodness. I really do need to do something with this. Yeah, but the lack of control that I have when it comes to working is actually a very painful thing for me because of the fact that it's just is a reminder that like I have no, like I it's like if you gave me less hours to work out of boredom, I will give you more hours. Like if I'm bored enough throughout the week, I will probably be like, I feel like coming to work. Like I feel like the 30 hours that I do get is forced on me. And because it's forced on me, I'm just not I don't enjoy work. I'm not. I mean, like I get it. You're not supposed to. I get it. You know, you're not supposed to necessarily enjoy having a job. You know what I mean? But the whole idea is that, like, you know, if there is a little bit of, if there's a little bit of enjoyment there, then people will stick around. Like, people will be loyal to things that they enjoy. People will be loyal to things that they like. You know what I mean? Even if it's something simple. You know what I mean? Like breathing. People like breathing, so they devote their whole lives to breathing. Pun intended. But man, it is. But yeah, this whole working thing is really stressful because it's taking time away from things that I feel like I should be doing, like studying, for example. Well, you know, if you need to study, then why are you making a video? Because this video is only like a few minutes of my day, whereas working is like at least a good third of my day. So don't turn into a Trump supporter on me on that, okay? I'm trying my best not to get too ranty. Uh, but yeah, like you know, everything's just sort of like I want to say, like I'm starting to realize that I don't like working, and now I have to, which means I gotta do better in school, which means I gotta do better with the alternative school that I'm in. I have to do better in these other things so I can get a better job. And the thing that's really stressing me out is the fact that like because I work, I don't have the time to do better at these other things. So it kind of feels like I'm in a rut, and I kind of just need to kind of dig myself out of it. And all I have is a spoon. When it comes to work, work feels like this. Work feels like if I am required to pick up something heavy to move out the way. You know. Now, I mean, I might pick up the thing, I might move it out the way, I might get physically stronger from it, but I'm not going to want to do it again because I didn't like doing it the first time. You know, even if it did help me, you know, it's really stressful out here. Mm, I'm just I guess I'm just like you know really kind of I guess I'm just really kind of stressed out. But as time goes by, it'll probably get a little bit better. As y'all can obviously tell, I'm a little bit depressed, so it's gonna. I mean, it'll go away probably like in the next video or so. But right now, I am just. I'm feeling it. That's it though, guys. Love and peace. Y'all have a good one.